Yep. Can't hear.
How
Voice
about
voice can't
now?
hear.
How about now?
Let us know if when it does come in, we're
My
trying.
OBS is acting up.
Navi.
Navi, what's wrong? Why didn't you fix the sounds right? Okay, let's see in the
Oh,
chat. Oh?
there it goes. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
my OBS is acting up really weird lately. Like, first the camera didn't work, and then this
oh,
didn't work.
we are really behind.
But in any case, let's do a recap for you what we were talking about while you couldn't hear us. We're just kind of talking about what we're doing on today's show. And obviously, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, taking the time out of your day to spend a little bit with us. So here's what we're talking about today. We're talking Spider-Man 4, which has found its director.
We're going to be talking about the official look that we got of the Red Hulk in the upcoming Captain America Brave New World.
And unfortunately, Josh Brolin will not be in the Green Lantern series. And all this and so much more. And now you're caught up because that's what we were saying before. Until we realized that we were not not having any volume. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you enjoyed. If you're in the States, a long weekend. If you're in California, especially Southern California, did you feel the earthquake this morning? Because that's what woke us up this morning.
The earthquake, and we're having quite the last 2 weeks of summer with
Gosh.
earthquakes, wildfires, and excessive heat.
Yeah, there. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we just went through, and it's not to say like, oh, California, we never get a heat wave. We do get a heat wave, but this was actually pretty like way above average. Historically, like it was 110 in where we live, and it was especially bad. I think when you and I went to Halloween Horror Nights, and
Oh
it
my
was
gosh,
7
yeah.
p.m. by the time we checked in, which means it was about sunset, and it was 102 degrees. I felt bad for us.
I
I
felt really
felt
bad for
really
the
bad for
actors.
yes.
Oh my god, all the scare. I know what it's like because I've been in those
We both
costumes
done it.
before. I've been in thick foam latex mask and a burlap sack kind of costume, and to be in Halloween Horror Night. I mean, it's really fun, but it is exhausting and it is a lot of work that all those actors have to go through.
Yeah.
So my heart went out to them when we went to HHN. When was that? It was just.
It was just it was on the 5th we went. So I'm still working on the video. I was hoping to get it out today, but I'm going to try to push through more
For some people
tonight.
commenting about my hair. Yeah, I
Oh,
got a little bit of a
who's
haircut.
commenting about your hair?
Or someone was like,
Oh.
guess
Oh, yeah.
Dustin's
Oh,
hair.
CJ. Oh, thanks. Wow. Noticed
But
it. Oh, because they saw the video.
Yep. Or, I mean, they saw the fact that no hair.
Well, that'll do it as well. But yeah, 102 was pretty insane. It was like, and the AC like never went below, I think 85 in the house. Like it was trying, and it just couldn't. But in any case, the heat wave is over. But now we just have to deal with. We're close to two major fires that are in Southern California, and then there's another one way south of us in Orange County. And then we had a nice little earthquake this morning.
Yep,
So
yep.
that
So
was
it's
fun.
pretty crazy, but it's nice to sit down, relax, talk about movies, grabbing some form of beverage. I'm grabbing my Liquid IV
Ta-da!
strawberry, a very
Oh.
straightforward flavor that it's like, oh, it's nice. I like it. It's comforting.
It's comforting. You know what it's going to be. But we also had a couple of new flavors that we got to try, like the Rocket Pop, Firecracker Rocket Pop. That one's really good and refreshing. And then and Rainbow Sherbet, which is also really good. If you guys are curious about Liquid IV, does it work? Does it hydrate you? Absolutely yes. We have been using it since, well, actually, probably we were interested before we even started doing like a collab with them. And I love the rebranding. I love the new flavors. There's even a newer one.
Oh.
I think it's a blackberry something. I know it sounds good.
Oh.
That sounds so good. So I want to like look for that if it comes in the stores. If you guys are curious and you want to try out Liquid IV for yourself, just go to their website, which is just liquidiv.com, I think, and you put in our code, the movie couple, no spaces, and that'll give you 20% off with free shipping. And you don't have to be a new customer. You can be a returning customer and use the same
You
code.
can use this code as many times as you like.
Yes, and we just get a small percentage of that sale, if you will. So yeah, if you want to support, that's a great way to do it. Let's go on and talk about what we have up on our channel. We have a couple of new reviews and trailer reactions on the channel. We have a review for Speak No Evil. I did that one, and I did The Wild Robot, which they screened pretty early.
Which I'm so jealous that you got to go see that movie and I haven't gotten to see it yet. Especially when we have our the final trailer reaction up on our channel. You'd already seen it. And I was just like, oh, this looks so good, but you know all the context.
I know everything.
For every single scene. And it looks like it's just going to be a tearjerker right up there with like Coco. It's going to be right up there with a lot of other like just moments in movies where you're just like, I'm not crying, you're crying.
Oh, it's kind of also is like up level crying too. But I think I relate it closer to like Coco. There's a certain emotional hit that'll get you. You're like, but I'm not equating it to what happens in Coco, if that makes sense. Because I'm just kind of like comparing to like the level of crying that I did watching Coco versus watching Up. Yeah, Up.
But
so.
Our most recent thing that we have up on our channel is our trailer reaction to the final trailer of Venom: The Last Dance. This looks like it's going to be a really fun movie. It says in the description of the trailer that this will be the conclusion of our story with Venom. So I'm really curious on where they're going with this. They teased Venom. I mean, they teased Spider-Man in the last movie.
Yes.
In the end credit scenes, I'm wondering if they're going to tease him again in the end credits of this movie, or if there's going to be something a little bit more forward. Maybe they're doing a really good job on sneaking in Tom Holland for one day of shooting that's going to appear at the very end of this movie, because I would love to see that.
Yeah. I would also love to see that, because like what a fun way to kind of keep all the universe tied in together. Yeah. And we know that like, yes, Tom Holland's Spider-Man has appeared in other Marvel films, because like, you know, like Disney Marvel films, but Sony technically owns the rights to all the Spider-Man stuff, so it's technically like a Sony Marvel thing versus a Disney's Marvel
just
thing.
Borrowing Spider-Man because
you
Disney was able to be like
us during Homecoming,
just holding a big wad of cash, going, "Hey Sony, you know how you have Spider-Man? You know it'd be really nice if we could borrow him for a few movies. Oh, what's this? What's this money just doing here?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for both Disney and Marvel to be, Disney and Sony to be using Spider-Man, because he's such a huge property.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see where the Sony Spider-Verse goes.
Yeah, and after this, you know, we're getting Kraven the Hunter.
Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
We're getting not into the Spider-Verse. It was Into the Spider-Verse.
Beyond
the Spider-Verse, which I'm so excited
about.
By
the way, did you see there was some weird thing on Twitter I saw, and I kind of like, you know how if you're scrolling through your timeline and then it like kind of snaps forward to update, and then you lose that thing that you were reading.
Oh yeah.
And it's gone forever, and I've been looking for
mad.
it, and I can't find it. But I think it's somebody in the creatives that's working on Beyond the Spider-Verse, and or somebody tweeted out some sort of unconfirmed news. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, so this is alleged, that like we won't be, like, they've halted work on Beyond the Spider-Verse or something.
No.
And like, so I was like, but then I saw like immediately there, because it was a quote tweet, so somebody took that like alleged reporting and then quote tweeted it. And this person, I think, is a creative that works on Beyond the Spider-Verse. It was like, this isn't true. We're still working on it.
Now.
Yeah, because, like, I think by the time we got to the end of Across the Spider-Verse, we're like, wait, hold on. There's, like, a lot more to be told. Like, we've been sitting here for a while. I mean, we're enjoying it. And then it's like, oh, it'll return.
Ends and you're like,
I felt so, like, shocked, excited, but also like, how dare you?
Exactly. It was
how dare
such
you
a
do
mix
this to
of
me?
emotions.
Yeah.
That I was like, and the thing is though, they told us that they were making 2 of them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't one of those things that until the second one ended that you go, dang it, that's right. That's right. I have to now wait about a year or 2 before we get the conclusion of this movie. Yeah. And it's, I just can't wait for it. I think that's
because it's so good.
It is so.
It's so
good. They need to give the creators of that movie a huge raise.
Yes.
Because it won them an Oscar, and it's probably going to win them more Oscars.
Probably. Hey, we got a few people saying in the chat this is their first time watching us on a live. We don't do as much like live as we did like during the lockdown. Like we did lives all the time. Also, but we were not going to live stream during when it was hot. Because this room right now is pretty warm. And it's like California weather has returned. Southern California weather has returned to its proper form. The high being 82. I just walked Navi. It felt like a crisp low 70s. It was perfect. But if it is your first time watching, thank you guys so much for hanging out. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, subscribe the channel, share this live. So we're trying to get to that. I think the small goal is to get to 75K. The big goal, of course, is to cross the 100K threshold on subscribers. So if you guys could help out, that would be really amazing. And then I have a couple of questions.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yes, please. Let me take a look at in the chat. Okay, this question real quick comes from Jake's Review, who says, I wish I could be excited for Spider-Man 4, but with Ned and MJ coming back and them undoing the ending of spoilers, sorry if you haven't watched it yet.
Spoiler.
But I feel like most people who watch the channel is up to date. They probably know more about the lore than we do, to be honest with you, because their recall is better than ours. Undoing the ending of No Way Home, I don't even care. I want a different love interest.
Well, I like Zendaya.
I do like Zendaya.
I really like the way that
I like the three of them together.
Yeah.
I wonder what is going to happen because no one's going to recognize him now.
Yeah, no one knows who Spider-Man is.
Yeah, which is like so sad.
No one knows who Peter Parker is. Peter Parker does not exist.
They could introduce another love interest.
Very true.
They really
could introduce a Gwen Stacy. They could introduce a different MJ.
Yeah, an actual Mary Jane.
Yeah.
I think Zendaya's MJ doesn't stand for Mary Jane.
No, it does not. It stands for something else.
And I can't remember what it was. So, but I do love their friendship, the three of them. I love their bond. So I kind of wish there is a way around. But yeah, like we'll see. There's a lot of different possibilities that they can do with that.
And they did kind of tease that Ned was going to be the next villain.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious on what villain they're going to do, if they're going to adapt a villain, if they're going to create a whole new villain. Yes. Because technically they probably want to save the more familiar villains for Sony and the Sonyverse.
Yes. And then somebody wanted to know, the Dragon Trainer wants to know, sorry for asking, but why is your channel called The Movie Couple if you're married? We are married.
Yes.
And we like movies, and we're a couple.
And we talk about movies.
Hence, The Movie Couple.
Even though
it's not that creative.
There are some times when we get invited to screenings and only one of us could go. So usually it's Wendy, and she's able to go, and then she does the review on her own.
Yeah.
But if we're able to both see it, if we're able to get both of us on that review, we try our hardest to do so.
Yeah. If the studio gives us a +1, because also like when the invites come in, it's addressed to one person, and the invites are not transferable. You can't just forward it to somebody and be like, you can go. Like it's only the person invited, so you have to kind of say, hey, like, you know, if my schedule doesn't work out but he can go, would it be okay if so-and-so? And like usually they allow it, sometimes they don't, but it's really, really rare. So and then kind of Dustin mentioned, like, you know, scheduling is a big deal too.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. All right, should we get into
some of our main well, I think what we should do is talk about one of the sad moments that did happen this week.
Yes.
And I have to admit, it's one of those things that's another childhood star, someone that was a part of my childhood. There's not a time where I can remember where this person wasn't a big part of my life. And that was James Earl Jones passing a few days ago at the age of 93. I mean, James, not only the fact did he play such incredible, prolific, iconic characters.
Yep.
But the fact that he was such an amazingly talented actor for stage, for Shakespeare, for movies, any kind of performing. He was in TV shows. I mean, I loved his guest appearance in The Big Bang Theory when Sheldon goes up to him, and of course, you know, Sheldon's like, oh my, you know, in his head talking, oh my gosh, that's Darth Vader. And of course she goes, you like Star Wars, don't you?
Oh, and
you know I've played other movies. Well, I like Star Wars too. And I was like, that was just a great little scene that James Earl Jones got to do in that. And he's just an amazing person. And it's really sad to see him go. But just his legacy is so amazing. I mean, and 93... dude, good job on, you know.
That's a long life, a full life. I don't know if many people know that he did as a child overcome a stutter.
Yes.
To go on becoming this really great actor. He's one of the few actors who have an EGOT. which is not easy to get. And ironically, I was like flipping through something, and I'm guessing it popped up because he did recently pass, but it was that iconic scene during the play Fences.
Oh my gosh!
It
Yeah,
was
the
him
whole
in a very
Dad, why
young
don't
Courtney
you,
B. Vance.
yeah, Dad, why don't you like me? Scene, and it
I don't
was
gotta like you. Oh,
what says I've gotta like you? And I'm like that one, just his voice with his presence,
Yes.
with his just amazing acting skills. You
Yes.
just that scene just punches you in the chest.
Yes.
And I really want to go and see if I can find the whole play with him in it. I mean, something about him and Denzel Washington in that role
so good.
is so good.
So good. Yeah. Same sort of intensity, slightly different delivery, but like both are so good. And then, Field of Dreams and Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, and
obviously
also
Star Wars and Lion King.
The Dragon Trainer. You are correct. He was in Sandlot at
Oh
the
my God,
very
that's right.
end. I mean, he just has that one little scene at the end where he, you know what? If you haven't seen
If you haven't
Sandlot,
seen it
little
yet.
spoiler, but yeah, he trades out something in the movie that's very important to the characters. It's kind of the MacGuffin of the movie.
Yeah.
But he did an amazing job in everything he did. He did an amazing job in. So even though he has an amazing legacy, it is still incredibly sad to see him go.
Yeah. So remember him. His legacy will live on also in his work, and if there's some work that he has done that you're not familiar with, this is a great time to probably check it out, including The Sandlot, which is he's not really in it too much, but
Yeah.
Field of Dreams I can really recommend. And obviously I think most people probably sitting in this chat have seen Star Wars and have seen The Lion King, so I don't feel like I have to tell you to go and see those. But yeah, look up this man's filmography and resume. He's
And be
amazing.
blown away by you're like, holy cow, he's
Yes.
been in so much.
Yes.
But also I like what Sean Banks is saying in the chat.
Hi, Sean.
Is the fact that hopefully in the next Star Wars movie they give him a special intro like Marvel did for Stan Lee.
Oh my gosh.
In one of their movies. And it makes so much sense for them to do that. Because if I'm not mistaken, James Earl Jones did sign away his voice. So if they
really?
ever need to use it for Darth Vader, they're allowed to. So that is something that is kind of cool and also kind of weird at the same time when it comes especially
I got
like
mixed
to AI
feelings
stuff.
about it, but also if like he's the one that signed it away, then okay. It's
Yeah,
his
yeah,
decision, then yeah.
And because also it really does seem it's not like one of those roles you look back on and you're like, oh, I can't believe I did that movie. He
No.
was like, no, I loved Star Wars. I loved Darth Vader.
Yeah. And also, Steve, thank you for pointing out he was also in Coming to America.
Oh yeah.
Wearing that giant lion on his... He was foreshadowing the Mufasa way back then.
I think that was kind of one of the jokes in the new Coming to
Yes,
America.
Coming to America.
Is that he had one of I think it was like the lion that looked very much like Mufasa.
That's so funny.
And if anyone has ever seen the outtakes of him of Mufasa kind of getting ready to do one of his scenes for the movie,
Yeah.
and he's just like, no, there's a place in that voice, hold on, go back.
Oh, yeah, that's
and just
cute. It's on
seeing
Instagram.
Mufasa. I love doing those outtakes. I like those outtakes.
Yes.
It's really funny.
Really funny. So we will remember him forever. And with that, there's no easy segue, so we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is a newsflash item. So we're just going to quickly go over it. But hey, who would have thunk that almost 30 years since Happy Gilmore, we're going to get a sequel of
Happy Gilmore
2. It's going to be a Netflix production, and Adam Sandler kind of took to his own social media to tweet out basically that very iconic hockey jersey that he would wear in the film, and that's just as Happy Gilmore. And let's see, he is bringing a couple of new faces, new and familiar faces. So Julie Bowen, Christopher McDonald. Shooter. I always forget his name. I remember when we saw him. What was the event that we went to?
Oh
and
yeah, and I was like, Shooter.
Yeah, and I didn't want to address him because I was like, and I could have Googled, but I think it was a quick, and I was like, I'm just not gonna say hi. But I was like, Shooter. So anyway, they're coming back, and then brand new co-star Benito Martinez Ocasio. Oh, Bad Bunny. Wow, wow. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm reading that part for the first time. So, very much looking forward to this. I feel like Adam Sandler has worked a lot with Netflix.
Yeah, he does.
Comedy specials and a couple of other. Was it
that murder mystery?
Oh, yes, that was
one.
good. With Jennifer Aniston.
Which was surprisingly good. I was like, this is actually. I was expecting it direct to Netflix, and I was expecting it to be kind of not good, but I was wrong. I was like, this is entertaining. This is a really cute kind of murder mystery comedy.
Yeah. You know, Netflix has some films that are like really, really good. We really liked what's the Glenn Powell one? Where he plays, isn't that Netflix? Where he
I immediately thought of Twisters.
No, not that one.
I know.
Where he is like playing the agent that like gets people to
Oh yeah.
What is that called? Oh no.
Yeah, where he plays the different what is it called? Assassin.
Yeah,
for
Hitman.
hire.
Hitman. Is it called Hitman?
Yep, it's called Hitman or The Hitman.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah,
like
Dan
that.
just said Hitman. Thank you.
And
that
was
good.
surprisingly good, but a very dark ending to where I'm
Yes.
like, I don't know if I approve of this.
It kind of got weird. The third act got a little weird.
But so well done.
But it was
so
really
funny.
good leading up to it. And then they presented the ending where I was like, okay. But the performance was a fun one to watch. And then the Ryan Johnson production, I want to just say Glass Onion, but it's...
Well, yeah, it's Glass Onion and the next one that's coming out.
Yeah, whatever that one is. But Knives Out, but the two films after
so far
that.
we got like a little announcement of what the next one, and at first the knives were out, and then we saw the layers of the glass onion, and then he said whatever the next one is, which I'm really looking forward to. So far both of those movies have been phenomenal.
Yeah, so like I'm actually pretty excited to see a sequel to Happy Gilmore. I remember like that there was like that like just a whole slew of Adam Sandler movies. It was like Billy Madison,
Happy Gilmore, Grown Ups, Waterboy. Okay, you know what? Now I kind of want to go back and I'm like, I know there's
and then a more
ton
serious
of them.
one, a more dramatic one, Punch Drunk Love.
Oh, that was weird.
It was a little weird.
There are some people who love Punch Drunk Love.
Yes.
Me personally, I thought it was
not
weird
for me.
and uncomfortable. I personally did not like it. It was not for me. But if you liked it, I understand. There are a lot of people out there who really did enjoy it.
Yeah. But like that's kind of like, you know, like with middle school growing up watching those movies.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. But yeah, I am excited for the idea of now they're in production, so it's definitely happening. I don't know why it took them 30 years. I feel like it could have come faster.
Well, no, honestly, I can understand why something like Happy Gilmore 2 would have been...
Oh, Little Nicky, Jack and Jill.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's
and then also, what is it? 50 First Dates?
Oh,
Or 60 First Dates?
50
or
First Dates.
50? And then
With
what is
Drew.
it? Big Daddy. And then what was that most recent one where he's the astronaut in space and he's talking to that spider?
Oh, that's also Netflix.
Oh.
That was also, he works with Netflix a lot, so they must have a nice working relationship. He enjoys working, you know, with Netflix, and it makes sense. I think actually by putting Happy Gilmore into people's homes via streaming service might get more eyes on it.
Yeah.
Just because it's been 30 years, you know.
And our video is lagging a little bit. So let me take this off of Wi-Fi. Maybe that might help. Oh, technology. Isn't it wonderful?
It happens every now and again, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know. It's
Spaceman. That's what it was.
Spaceman, yes.
But yeah, I mean, so it kind of makes sense that, you know what, hey, we have Adam Sandler doing a ton of content with us. Mm-hmm. Hey, Adam, what do you want to do? Well, I'd love to do a Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah.
So like, good, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I'll wait, of course, on any judgment until we see some kind of trailer.
Yeah.
But you know what? Why not?
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to one of the main topics, and that it has to do with the Red Hulk in the Thunderbolts. So just recently, Marvel basically marked their 85-year anniversary, if you will, their
Oh.
celebration, and they finally officially made public a clip from the Thunderbolts where I
Well,
want to
no,
call
not
her.
the Thunderbolts. Captain America, Brave
Sorry,
New World.
yes. I don't know why I'm confused because it's Ross and Ross. I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah,
getting
yeah.
it confused.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Yes, Thunderbolt Ross. Sorry. But essentially, yes, in the new Captain America, we get to see Harrison Ford transform into the Red Hulk. Now, I know it's not new footage, technically,
Yeah,
because
they showed it at
Comic-Con, they showed it at D23, but for those of us who didn't get to go, you could either wait for them to officially release it, and if they didn't, we would have to wait until the movie came out, or you could
Or you
like
wait
do
for
the thing.
person who happened to sneak in a
Yeah,
camera.
and we're like, I don't want to watch my content that way. It's all gonna be like blurry, and you're kind of like sneaking the camera, and it's not the best way to like. If I'm gonna absorb content like that, I want to absorb it in like HQ or HD. So I'm happy that they did release it. It looked really really cool.
Yeah,
Just
the
like
scene
the
where
whole-
where he's starting to Hulk out and
Yeah.
from behind the podium. I'm like, that looks awesome, and the fact that you've got a world class actor in Harrison Ford
I think
picking up
he's
this
really
role.
excited for the role.
I think he is too. At
I
first,
feel
I
like in
thought
the
he would be.
interviews, he's all like, "Hey," and usually
This-
he's like,
Yeah.
You know?
He always seems like he's kind of a grumpy old man, but
Yeah.
you know there are some moments when he gets giddy,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
really fun to see him like that every now and again.
Did you see on the red carpet for, I can't remember if it was San Diego Comic-Con or D23. I kind of want to say it's D23 because I think it was a D23 outlet.
Oh,
But they were interviewing with tiny mics, which is like a little bit of a gag that some journalists do on the carpet because, you know, it kind of like livens up the moment, makes it a little bit different, a little fun for the talents who are essentially probably hearing the same question over and over and having to give the same answer over and over. But they all like went up to the mic. They're like, "Oh, it's so cute and tiny," and like literally Harrison Ford was like, "Ooh," and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen him like that in interviews. So it was really cute. It was a cute little moment. I think our video is lagging a little bit again. Apologize
I'm sorry.
for that a little bit.
Hopefully the audio's not lagging because that's when it's really annoying.
Yes, but yeah, lots of new characters. Like Dragon Trainer says in the chat, lots of new characters coming to the MCU. Very, very excited for not just Captain America, Brave New World, but for the Thunderbolts. Also very excited for Daredevil, Born Again.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, like I just, and I know everybody loved the Netflix, you know, Marvel version, and I really feel, by the way everybody was talking about it, you know, who's seen the footage, like they are excited. They're excited to see it, and it looks positive. It looks very much in line with the same vibe, the darker, more brutal vibe of the Netflix show. So that's what I'm hoping moving forward. And like also if that's successful, maybe we can
Get some more dark content.
darker content. Like they kind of promised that with Moon Knight, and we got
Yeah.
a little bit of that. But I do think Daredevil is going to be the one that like is like the like that what everybody, you know, has been asking for. Before we move on to our next topic, I want to address a super chat. Thank you so much to Marvin Martin.
Thank you, Marvin.
Marvin gives us a lot of like recommendations on different movies, TV shows, YouTube videos, books, and etc. to check out. So here is what he's saying today. Marvin, right, and I can't put up the super chat in the thing, but I'm gonna heart it.
Give it some hearts.
So at least there's that. There we go. Okay. Marvin writes, to shape a dragon's breath, essentially equating it to a Pocahontas goes to Dragon Hogwarts. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ascendant, which is Game of Thrones / How to Train Your Dragon with handicapped dragons, and then Voice Play, which is a music video from you can find it on
Voice
YouTube.
Play.
Yeah, they're great. Classical Chaos and America's Got Talent's Air Footworks. I don't know what Air. I know Voice Play, but I haven't seen Air Footworks. So if you guys are looking for some interesting content to check out, that is your recommendation from Marvin Martin. Thank you so much, as always, for your support. And with that, I think we go on to the next topic.
Yes, the next
Okay.
topic, which is the topic that you're going to.
I will read for you, but this has to do with, we're kind of staying in the comic book realm a lot today, but this has to do with Josh Brolin, who I guess was, you know, offered up a role in the Green Lantern TV show. This is not going to be a movie. It's going to go on HBO, which makes sense because it's DC.
That is
which
correct.
would be and which would also, all that stuff would land on HBO. So they were eyeing the actor, who have recently passed on an offer to star in the show would be called Lanterns, which is the DC Studio series based on Green Lanterns. And the superheroes, I believe, he was being eyed to play Hal Jordan.
I could see that. Yeah. I could see you could pull off.
That was the one that Ryan Reynolds played.
Ryan Reynolds played Hal Jordan. Maybe that was a little bit of the, I'm good. But, of course, when you think about it, he's played already a good number of superheroes.
He was at Cable.
He was Cable.
Yeah.
He was Thanos.
Yeah.
I think he was also another one. Who was the other one that he was? If he played another one, let me know. I feel like he's played a third. But then this would be like his third or fourth superhero.
Wow.
I'm wondering who's played the most superheroes out in all of Hollywood.
The most
different superheroes.
Chris, well, he's only played 2.
Yeah, so I'm curious on...
Oh, Michael B. Jordan. He was the Human Torch.
Oh, yeah.
And he was Killmonger.
Killmonger.
And then...
But that's 2.
Oh, is that only 2? I thought he played another...
Is there any other actor out there who has played 3... Oh, no, and Josh Brolin also played Jonah Hex.
No, oh... But what? Oh gosh, Oscar Isaac.
Oh,
Moon Knight,
yeah.
And Apocalypse.
That's right.
And wasn't there one more also, or am I just thinking crazy thoughts?
I don't know.
Jonah Hex. I forgot about Jonah Hex. Yeah. Yeah. Josh.
I think a lot of people forgot about Jonah Hex. I mean,
they all look great. They all look great in it.
Yeah. But I'm excited for this series, even if Josh Brolin does turn down the role. I'm a little curious to know why exactly. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's going to be a little sad if he looked at the script and he was like, "Hell no."
You think that's it, or I think it's more of like he just doesn't want to be tied to another superhero movie.
I don't know. I mean, especially Hal Jordan. That is one of the iconic
he would have a lot of fun with that one.
DC superhero characters.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really curious to see who, why exactly he did turn it down.
So I don't think we're gonna get, according to the article from the Hollywood Reporter. And this says, quote, according to multiple sources, the actor received an offer at the end of August, and by the end of this past weekend. Which I'm guessing this weekend that just passed, his mind was made up. No other details were available. So I think he's just going to be like, nah. And
also could be conflicts. He could be working on other things.
Yeah, that's true.
He could be taking a break. He can no, I'm good.
Yeah.
But he is a really cool actor. I think he would have done a good Hal Jordan. Mm-hmm. But I'm also curious now, who are they looking for for a Hal Jordan?
Yeah, because you have to think about how old Josh Brolin is actually how old he actually is, but how old he looks.
Yeah.
Because actors have that range that they can play, so it's it obviously seems they're going for not the Ryan Reynolds age bracket Green Lantern. Yes.
Oh, Steve. He put in Spider-Man
2099. Yes.
Yeah.
For Oscar Isaac.
Yes. Miguel.
Yeah.
Miguel O'Hara.
Uh huh. Yeah,
that was
nice memory.
I think I have the Spider-Man. No, I don't have it anymore. I had the number 1.
Oh my gosh.
Spider-Man 2099, but I sold them all to our neighbor when we moved.
For that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is why I'm don't want to get rid of it, because I'm like, do you know what I gave up for this?
He's back in town. You could probably get it back.
No. No, you don't do that.
I didn't know you gave away the first issue.
Well, no, it's not even. But anyways, we're moving on.
If you're interested in what married couples talk about when the cameras are, that's it. This is what we talk about.
Put down some of your thoughts on who would make a good Hal Jordan in the TV series Lanterns coming out on HBO.
Yes.
Let us know. Because there's also the talk of, I don't know if anyone's talking about it, but Castle.
Oh, Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion has voiced the Green Lantern.
He could do it if that's the age
occasion.
bracket. Mm-hmm. He's younger. I think he's younger than Josh Brolin, but I think he do it. I would love that. And for anybody who is curious about what the Lanterns series is going to be about, so we have the showrunner who is going to be Chris Mundy, who has worked on Ozark, and it's going to be an 8-episode series. And they're co-writing it with Damon Lindelof, who was the creator of HBO's Watchmen, which is, we like that show a lot. And then also the show Lost. Yeah, so...
Give some hearts if you guys saw and loved the TV show Watchmen.
Yes.
That was done so well.
So good.
That one blew my mind. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm lukewarm on the movie Watchmen. There were some parts that I really, really liked.
Yep.
But the TV show, I was like,
yes,
so well done.
And kind of circling back to what the series Lanterns is going to be about, it's described as having a gritty, true detective vibe, as it focuses on Jordan reluctantly mentoring a younger Lantern, John Stewart.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
And plus, John Stewart is a really cool Lantern.
Yeah.
Has John Stewart actually been cast?
They don't say it here.
Oh, okay.
Because they would have said it. And then the story sees the two characters investigating an earthbound murder with larger implications. And sources say that DC and the producers are looking for a younger, more fresh-faced actor for the role to play opposite an older, bigger name. I would love an unknown actor.
Oh, for John Stewart? Yeah. Then obviously, from the way it sounds, they have not casted that role yet. Yeah. Because if they had, they would have said, when this actor, a younger... this actor. Correct.
So yeah, let us know you guys' thoughts. Okay, interesting. Steve writes Ewan McGregor and Matthew McConaughey. Rumored to be in the shortlist for Hal Jordan.
That would be cool. That would be interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
Both of those are really good.
Yeah.
Having Hal Jordan go, rat, a rat, a rat.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Well, I mean,
I guess they could make it work.
A more mature Hal Jordan still kind of has to have that cocky kind of an air to him. So, and both Matthew McConaughey and Ewan McGregor, I think, could pull that off very well.
I think Ewan McGregor is an interesting name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why not saying he's not a capable actor. He is very talented, very capable. But in my head, I feel like I can see McConaughey fitting that role better. Than Ewan, but that's just I think very much like a superficial thing that I'm thinking of. It has nothing to do with neither one of their resumes and anything like that. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and oh my gosh, some of the comments. Timothy Oliphant would be an inspired choice, says Adit. For Hal, but probably would go for a higher profile name. I don't know. Timothy is a pretty big... Well, he's not big like Josh Brolin, I guess, if you want to compare that.
I mean, Thanos.
Yes. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into our final topic for the day because my Wi-Fi just does not want to play today.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying really hard to use the Wi-Fi, and I'm trying to use the computer, and I'm
you don't need to use it. Turn it off. All right. Let's talk about Spider-Man 4. And the director that is finally attached to the to the movie, Daniel Destin Cretton. A name I was really not expecting to hear, but I'm happy. So Daniel Destin Cretton, if you are thinking, this name sounds familiar, he is the man who directed Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which was such a fantastic movie, such a great entry for that character properly into the MCU.
Yeah.
I loved his vision, the way he did the fights, the way he told the story. Everything was just a great cast, great direction, and also where is Shang-Chi 2? Why haven't we heard anything about Shang-Chi 2?
I mean, with the way that Marvel is,
they're kind of playing with
they're playing with not just that, but they're also trying to patch up some cracks and try to get things back on track. I can understand why they haven't moved forward yet on a Shang-Chi 2, but I want one.
I
think we all want one. Was done so well, and I had so much fun with it. The fight scenes, the martial arts.
You can turn it off.
Oh, it is. It's not. It's on.
Oh,
I
Wi-Fi. See. Gotcha. Okay.
And I even took this on nothing here is on Wi-Fi.
Gotcha. That's weird. We were doing so excellent for the first half of our stream, and now it's womp womp.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was not a name that I was expecting. at all, but I welcome it.
Yeah, especially the fact that for Spider-Man, you kind of need someone who can do really good fight scenes and be very creative on how these fight scenes are executed. And we
Oh,
know that he has that experience.
I should also clarify he has not been confirmed to direct. They're eyeing him to direct. So there's still a lot of talks
Oh.
in place, but I think it's a really solid choice. So previously to this, he was obviously set to direct Avengers the King Dynasty, which is now not a thing anymore. We're going a very different direction now. So I think that frees up a lot of Daniel's time to take on a different project, but to also stay within that like Marvel, yeah, Marvel MCU, but it's also more Sony, right? So I don't know. I feel like that's something. Look, No Way, was it No Way Home or Homecoming? What was the last one? No Way Home?
No, the last one was Multiverse of Madness. No, that's
Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Yeah,
Was it
No Way
Homecoming?
Home.
It's like it was so well done. It's so good, and I
That one
think
was so
the bar
good.
has been set so high for all of those Spider-Man movies. Like I don't even know what to where they could potentially go with this movie.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but they've kind of now done a really big reboot in a sense.
Yeah.
Because no one knows who Peter Parker is. No one knows
Yep.
who is behind the Spider-Man mask.
Yep.
He's no longer friends with MJ or Ned or anyone in a sense. Because even Doctor Strange is like, "See you later, Peter Parker."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, you want." Well, I can't remember what the line was,
Right.
but yeah. So I'm curious on what story are they going to tell. You know, it's now Peter Parker trying to go to college, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that thing erased the entire history of Peter Parker as well. You know, is it going to have his high school diploma? Is it going to have his GED in there? Is it going to have his grades?
Was he not going to MIT?
He was going to go. Yeah, he got accepted
Yeah.
into, or did he get accepted into
Well,
MIT?
Ned, I think in the like after they did the whole like everybody's gonna forget who he is. I think didn't he go into the coffee shop where MJ and Ned were like, oh
Yeah, and he was going to try to explain things to them, and he was like, "I can't."
But that's where I think Ned was going to MIT. I don't know. I can't remember if MJ was also going there. I think Ned
Yeah,
definitely got
both
in.
of them. I
Oh,
think both of them got in.
Oh, tear.
And yeah, he's like, and I don't think he was able to go.
Oh, it's so sad. So interesting thing that so this is reported by Variety. So there's no further details about the fourth film in the franchise. Nothing's been revealed. And it also says this, but the news confirms that Holland is likely locked in for another go as Spider-Man.
Of course.
I just like, but why would you? Why would he not?
Yeah.
You've already.
And why
he
would
is
you
the
change that?
Spider-Man, right? Like I think that's gonna anger a lot of fans, and it's also very inconsistent. And sure, you can kind of play the whole like everyone forgot who he is. It doesn't matter. Like they could do it that way, or like, a different Earth's Spider-Man.
No.
But it's like it just all the films that they have done has told such a great story, and then we had like Toby and Andrew come back, and the three of them were in a movie together, and that was so cool to see. And I feel like that just kind of poo-poos on it if you just do a whole different like Spider-Man. If Tom somehow is not going to, But I also don't see a world where he wouldn't be. I think he truly loves the character.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he truly loves being Spider-Man.
I think all three of them, Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, are all like feel so honored to be able to have played Spider-Man and geek out a little bit of, oh, I'm gonna be Spider-Man. Of course, who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't love to be able to be Spider-Man in a movie?
So cool. It's honestly like an opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we all grow up watching the cartoon and reading the comics, and you pretend you run around and you do this.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, even in Deadpool, he's going.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm really happy to see him come back.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious on where they're going to take this story.
Yeah.
And anytime there's a possibility of adding talent, any good talent added to this, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the camera, it's good news.
Yeah, so we will see if Spider-Man 4 ends up locking in a director for their film, and then from there I'm sure We can get a little bit more reveal on what the story and the script is going to be, and what they want to do with that franchise, if it'll tie in to kind of, we talked about at the top of the show, to the Venom stuff and to the rest of the Sony Marvel verse. So you guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments about everything we talked about today. We'd love to read it. We love just seeing you guys' thoughts, different opinions and stuff like that. So yeah, let us know. And as always, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for taking like an hour out of your time to come hang out with us today. For everybody who was very active in the chat, we thank you. For those who sent in super chat, we thank you. We would like to try to do another live before we go before we go traveling, and then we can kind of explain our release schedule, because I think we'll have a better idea of what it could or could not look like, depending on the studio gods, if you will. So yeah, but we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.